Assalamu alaikum viewers. My name is Saba and I am your physics teacher from United Public School, and this was 8th class physics. Okay, I hope you all are doing well, students. In our earlier class we have discussed about the friction, which is our chapter 1. And in this friction we have discussed about this topic, the force of friction, which is also called as frictional force, and types of frictions. We have discussed this both. Okay, as I hope you all remember this flow chart which I drew to explain you, in which we have discussed about definition, frictional force, and about friction. Now let us discuss about the third topic, that is factor affecting friction. Come here, let us come here. Factor affecting friction means what are the different types of factor which affecting our friction, which gives rise to friction, on which frictional force is dependent. See, primarily they are of two important factors which affect frictions, that is the smoothness of surface in contact, the smoothness on the surface which is in contact, the object which is in contact, there is smoothness on the surface, and how tightly the surface are held together, how tightly the object and the surface held together. Based on these two factors, the two factors affecting our frictions very strongly. First we will discuss about the smoothness of surface in contact, which is also called as the effect of roughness on frictional force, and how tightly the surface are held together is also called as the effect of area of contact on frictional force. First we will discuss about this. Basically how smooth and how rough the surface is, that the surface decide how much the friction will come. Because as I said, if you are considering a perfect smooth surface, so which means there is no roughness involved in this perfect smooth surface, so that surface will not have any friction. For perfect smooth surface, friction will be always equals to 0. However, the perfect smooth surface does not exist in reality. It is just a hypothetical or a theoretical statement. Okay? But in reality, there is no perfect surface which is perfectly surface. Even though many surface looks like a perfect planes, but there exist some ups and downs on that surface. The ups and downs, that is nothing but the irregularities of the surface. Friction is always caused by the irregularities on the two surfaces which are in contact. Okay. For example, you are considering this is your smooth surface, but when we see it closely, there will be some ups and downs in this. This surface will not be smooth. In reality, there is no smoothness. If we see closely, then there is somewhat ups and downs will present on the surface. Those ups and downs are called. These ups and downs are nothing but irregularities which are present on the surface, which we can't see with our naked eye, but when we see with microscope or other, they can be seen. First point is the friction will always equals to 0, and based on the smoothness and the roughness of the surface, the friction will be changed. Okay, come here to this point. If surface is smooth, then the friction will be less. Okay, if the surface was smooth, then friction will be only some little bit. Okay, friction will be less. But when the surface is rough, the friction will be more. If the surface is rough like this, then the friction will be more. We have, for example, take a car. When you go to drive, you have observed that when the road was plain, when the road was clear, then the car will go on speed. Okay, but when the surface is rough, when the road has the ups and downs, then the speed of the car will be less. Okay, this is one of the important example of smoothness of surface in contact. Let us come to this second effect, that is effect of area of contact on frictional force. As I mentioned before, that the friction come into picture only when the two surfaces are in the contact with each other. The two surfaces are in the contact with each other, only the friction will come in contact. Okay, now when I say the in contact, there is a chance that the surface of the two surfaces, they are just touching with each other. There is probability where the two surfaces are like in a good contact, good touch with each other. Let us take an example to understand it. Let us suppose this is your example, this is your surface and this is your object. In all these three cases, just try to look at the surface of the surface which is in contact with the object. They are in touch with each other. How they are in touch with each other, just observe that. So, see, in the first scenario, the two surfaces are just touching with each other a little bit. I am not saying that they are not touching, the object and the surface are not touching. I am saying they are in contact, but they are little bit in contact. So the friction will come into picture very less. It depends on the area which will the object and the table which are coming in contact, because here only a small little bit of area touching to the table, touching to the surface of the table. So based on the how tight the surface and the objects are holding together, on that friction will be changes. So now come to the second scenario. You can see here and compare from the first scenario. The second scenario, surface are more tightly held with the surface. They are tightly held to each other, because the friction will be more. They are more in contact with the surface, so the friction will be more when compared to the first scenario. Which means here also friction will also depend on the holding, that object and the surface which are holding. This holding, depending on this holding, the friction will be changes in second scenario also. Come to the third scenario. You can see here the box is heavier when compared to this second scenario. In third scenario, the box is heavier. It has some weight in it, and as well as it is quite bigger when compared to the second scenario, which means the pressure is coming from upwards. On surface, the pressure is coming more up from upwards, so that the two surfaces are tightly held together, which means the more tightly the surfaces are held together, the more would be the force of friction, which means the heavier box gives more weight, little bit box gives little friction, and the heavier box gives the object gives heavier friction, so it is very tight. What we are observing from this three scenario, from first and second and third scenario, the force of friction would be maximum in third scenario, then the force of friction is minimum in first scenario. Clear? These are the two important factors which is affecting our friction. Let us see the normal factor which affect our friction. This is a normal force affecting on the friction. Friction occurs due to irregularities on the surface in contacts. As I said before, I am telling it again. See, on the rough surface, when you try to pull this box, you will not able to pull, because there is some ups and downs, which these ups and downs interlock the object and the surface, which unable to move the box. So when the greater interlocking, the greater friction will come from opposite direction. If we are applying force from here, if greater interlocking is over here, then the friction will be more. Greater friction will come in opposite direction. Then we have to apply more force to the box. Then we have to apply more and more force to the box to pull the box. But in case of smooth surface, the box can be easily moved, but quite difficult. But compared to on rough surface, it is easier to pull the box. Okay. Come to another point. Friction is higher if two surfaces are pressed harder, which means if we apply a pressure on this box, it will become heavier, which means the interlocking between the surface and the object will become harder. If the surface pressed harder, then the interlocking between the surface and the object will harder. It increases, and then friction will also increases. Then we have to apply more and more energy to pull this object in another direction. Overall, I want to say, if the interlocking increases, friction will increases. If friction will increases, we have to increase our force to do our work. Overall, I want to say friction is directly proportional to the normal force. This is the direct proportional symbol, which means friction is directly proportional to the normal force. This is enough for today. This is your homework, your assignment for today's. Take the screenshot of this and complete your homework by the time and submit it, students. Thank you.